Today we are going to be going through my full workout routine as a contortionist. If you are new here, I have been doing contortion for about the last 7 years of my life, and before then I was doing so much dance. So basically conditioning and training has always just been a really prevalent part of my life. But I will say it is a totally different experience when you are doing your own training, when you are creating your own workout schedules. And I have found the workout split that works so well for me and so well for my body. I'm gonna take you through my leg day, my ab day, and my upper body day. Today is the first leg day, and I'm going to get warmed up for that. For this workout, I just use a set of 15-pound dumbbells, and I also use a medium strength fabric resistance band. If you are doing any resistance band workouts, I highly recommend getting fabric ones like this. You can get them in like a set on Amazon. These are the polygon ones. Anyway, I'm gonna get warmed up and then we're gonna jump into my leg day workout. I am starting this warm up with 45 seconds of jogging on the spot. I feel like this is just super easy cardio. It gets my heart rate up. I get warm really quickly doing these, and for leg day, I feel like it really helps, but it's not too intense. Then moving into some mobility exercises, I'm starting off with some side reaches and then doing some plies in second. This is super important on a leg day. You really want to make sure that you are warming up your hamstrings and your hips. I also like to rock into each hip a little bit just to really make sure I am warming up my hips. Then I like to do some leg swings on each side just to, again, further warm up my hips, because you do not want your hips to be cold when you are doing glute exercises. I feel like by doing a proper warm up like this, I've been able to activate my glutes way more. Something I've found extremely helpful is stretching my quads and hip flexors before I do my leg workouts, so then my quads are not taking over in different exercises. And again, this really helps me activate my glutes more. So I'm just alternating side to side, stretching out my quads. This exercise you can also do on your hands if you are looking to make it a little bit less intense. And then getting into some glute activation. This is another super helpful thing I found for leg days. I am doing some hip thrusts, and when I'm doing my hip thrust, this is the key thing that I have learned. You have to really think about tucking your tailbone under, like basically tucking your hips forward so you are squeezing your glutes as much as possible. And as I am coming down from the hip thrust, I am thinking about bringing my butt towards my heels, not straight down. This is going to help you press your spine into the floor in between your hip thrusts. And not only is this going to help you burn out your glutes more, you are also going to protect your lower back. And lastly, for this warm up, I'm doing some body weight squats. I like to do these first without weight just to make sure that I'm targeting those glute muscles. I think this goes for every exercise. It is really important to learn the form without weights before you move into doing the exercise with weights. All right, we are officially starting my leg workout now. I'm starting off with some banded side steps, and in this exercise, I'm thinking about 3 primary things. First, and most importantly, I'm making sure that my knees are parallel and going straight forward, so I'm not allowing them to cave in. This is super important for protecting your knees. In this exercise, I'm also focusing on maintaining a steady height throughout each step. I'm not going up and down. This just makes the exercise far more effective and far more activating. And lastly, I'm making sure that my weight is in my heels, not my toes. This is going to make sure that I am activating my glutes, and it's also really going to burn your side booty. Removing the band and grabbing one of my 15-pound dumbbells, I am then going to go into some sumo squats. In this exercise, I am maintaining a bend in my knees even when I am at the top of my squat. This makes it so that my glutes are not resting at all during my set. Being that this is the first round of this exercise, I'm doing just 1 dumbbell, but for the next round, I'm going to go up in weight and use both dumbbells for a total of 30 pounds, which is the weight that I'm currently lifting. Now putting that band back on, I'm going to go into my second round of the superset, going back to those banded side steps. Then going in for the second round of sumo squats, I'm grabbing both 15-pound dumbbells for a total of 30 pounds, and this set I usually like to take just a little bit slower so that I am making sure that I'm still doing proper form. Again, in this exercise, I really like to have my weight in my heels. I feel like this fires up my glutes so much more. Moving into the second superset of this workout, I'm starting off with some reverse lunges. I'm currently just using one 15-pound dumbbell, but eventually I can progress and use both dumbbells. What that would look like is just holding one in each hand on either side. What I am thinking about as I'm doing this exercise is only using my back leg for support. All of my focus is in my working leg. If you look closely, you can actually see my back foot lift totally off the ground as I'm coming up, which means that I am just using my glute to stand up. And this is what makes this exercise so effective and also so challenging. And of course, I'm doing my reverse lunges on my left side before repeating all of that again for the second round of this superset. Now for the third superset of this workout, I'm doing single leg deadlifts. This has quickly become one of my absolute favorite exercises for leg day. It is so good. It honestly took me a little while to figure out the form, but I feel like my body is really starting to understand it now, and I absolutely love it. I am struggling so hard with this explanation of a deadlift, so bear with me. But in a deadlift, you are leaning forward with a flat back and you are trying to fully extend that hamstring. Then you are using your glute to stand up. It is also super important to maintain a micro bend in your knee, your supporting leg, at all times just to protect your knee. Just like my last superset, my right and left leg counts as one round, and then I do my right and left leg again for the second round. And now for the fifth superset, I believe, I am doing hip thrusts with my 15-pound dumbbell and my resistance band. Just like I said during the warm-up, in this exercise, I'm thinking about directing my hips towards my heels as I'm coming down so that I can really press my lower back into the ground. Now, even when I'm at the bottom of my hip thrust, I'm still putting pressure on that resistance band. I'm still forcing my knees out slightly so that I'm still getting a burn even at the bottom of the hip thrust. Now for the most ridiculous looking exercise, the one I am most embarrassed to show on the internet, but it works really well for targeting those upper side glute muscles, the ones that are really hard to activate in pretty much any other glute exercise. But anyway, these I'm calling banded pull-aparts. I don't know if that's the actual name, but that's what I'm gonna go with. I have my knees slightly closer to my chest, and I am really thinking about leading with my knees, and then I'm going to repeat both of those exercises again for the second round. And finally, for the last exercise of this workout, I am doing just some banded kickbacks. These are also like straight leg donkey kicks. Now, in this exercise, as you can see, I really think about holding for a couple seconds at the top of this exercise, and this just makes the exercise so much more effective. It is also super important that while you are doing this exercise, you are engaging your core. You don't want to be arching because that could put unnecessary strain on your lower back. And just like with our other exercises, I'm going to repeat this on both legs and then do a second round. I am so dead. All right, welcome to ab day. For so long, I feel like I struggled a lot to engage my lower abs. My upper abs would always overcompensate, but I feel like this workout has finally changed that for me. I feel like now I'm actually activating my entire core, my obliques, my upper abs, my lower abs. I love this workout and I'm so excited to share it with you. For this workout, I do use a set of 5-pound baby weights, as I call them. They're so small, but they really do help activate and just add that extra level of intensity to the workout. All right, getting started with this ab workout, there are 3 supersets, each containing 3 exercises that you do 45 seconds on and then 15 seconds off. Each superset you repeat twice. So first, getting started with this first superset, I am doing jackknives. These are so good for working your entire core. You just have to really make sure that you are pressing your lower back into the floor, so you should not see any gapping behind your back. And moving into the next exercise, I am doing butterfly crunches, where you have your feet together and your knees apart, and you're just reaching up through your legs. And then sitting up, going into the third exercise, I'm doing these in and outs where you extend your legs forward, bring them up into a tuck position, and then back down, and repeat. These ones are particularly good for burning those lower abs. And then repeating all of that again for the second round of this superset. For the first exercise of the second superset, I am doing some alternating single leg crunches with weights. This is so good. I would say this is my favorite ab exercise. This has definitely created the most definition in my entire core. For this exercise, I am really focusing on taking this slow and controlled, really thinking about engaging and articulating through every muscle in my core. Next, I am doing another variation of an in and out where I am extending my legs at about a 45-degree angle and then coming back in, and then the next time I'm going out and then out to the side and then coming back in. And yes, it is just as confusing listening to it as it is saying it. Hopefully this makes sense. Thankfully, we have visual aid to help us through. Flipping over for the last exercise of this set, I'm doing some alternating spider crunches. Just like with any plank, you want to focus on lifting up through your shoulders, squeezing your core, and trying to maintain a flat back, a flat body position. And then repeating all of that one more time for the second round of this superset. Now for the final superset, I am not going to be repeating the exercises. So first I'm starting off with one side of side crunches. In this exercise, you can have your legs straight or bent either way. You are just bringing your elbow to your knee. I really encourage you in any ab exercises to play around with your breathing, really thinking about exhaling as you are crunching and then inhaling on the way out. Then flipping around for the other side. Now for the final minute of this ab workout, I'm going to be doing a side plank on each side for 30 seconds. All right, so we're about to get started with my upper body workout, and what we're all gonna do right now is just lower our expectations a couple notches, because upper body is not my strong suit. It never has been, but it really is something that I want to work on, and especially for contortion, there's just so many reasons to have upper body strength, and I really do want to improve my hand balancing, and there's just so many important things in contortion. portion that require lots of arm strength, lots of back strength, lots of shoulder strength. For this workout, I am going to be using my set of 15-pound weights as well as my set of 5-pound weights. Some exercises I can definitely handle more weight, but then as soon as I'm like absolutely ready to tap out, that's when I will drop the weight and go down to my set of 5s. Anyway, I'm gonna get on my mat, get my weights, and we're gonna get into this workout. First, starting off with some chest presses, I'm doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and I'm repeating it 3 times. I'm doing it this way so that I can take things slower, and I'm making sure that I am doing each exercise, each movement with a lot of control. When it comes to upper body workouts like this, I am very much still a beginner. It is something that I have just recently been getting into, and I want to make sure that I am taking things slowly so that I can ensure I am doing as best I can to maintain proper form. Next, I'm moving into some back rows. I'm going to be doing one arm at a time, so I'm doing 30 seconds per side. I'm still going to be repeating this 3 times through, so that's 3 times per side. In this exercise, instead of thinking about just lifting my arm up, I am thinking about instead directing my elbow back, having that lead the movement, so I'm really hitting that tricep and upper back. Now, of course, for the classic arm exercise, I'm doing some bicep curls. In this exercise, my main priority is doing a full extension and making sure that it is only my forearms that are moving. I don't want my body or upper arms to be moving or leading the exercise. That ensures that you're not just using momentum to lift your arms, you are actually using your biceps. And again, I'm doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and repeating it 3 times. Now for the 4th exercise, I'm doing some tricep extensions. In this exercise, I'm holding one 15-pound dumbbell behind my head, and I am just bringing it up and down, really working that tricep. This exercise is still a bit of a challenge for me, so you can see for the 3rd set here, I had to switch and grab my lighter weights. So I'm just holding one 5-pound dumbbell in each hand for a total of 10 pounds. So it's just a little bit lighter than the 15. And this allows me to still push myself, but I'm not going to injure myself. So as you can see, just then I had to drop the weight, but honestly, it still burns so much because your muscles have been firing for that heavier weight. And next, I'm going to be doing some alternating shoulder presses. This is one that I do with the 15-pound weights. I will be dropping back down to my 5-pound weights, but you gotta challenge yourself as much as you can. So for this exercise, I am really taking this slow and steady the entire time so that I am not just dropping the weight back down. I'm really using my muscles to slowly lower it back to my shoulder. And finally, the last exercise of this workout and of this video, I am ending with some side lateral raises. In this exercise, I am using my lighter 5-pound weights just because it is definitely more of a challenge for me. This exercise, as the name says, it really works your lats. So that is my full workout routine. Obviously, I do this throughout the week, so it's not just 3 days. I actually work out about 5 days a week. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed seeing my workout routine. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, comment down below letting me know that you liked it and you want to see more content like this. I would totally be down to do more workout related videos. Make sure to subscribe while you're here. Here's my Instagram as well if you would like to see more content from me. And until next time, I will talk to you in my next video.